Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Thursday, March 11th, 311. Great
those lucky
band.
numbers?
No, it's a good band.
What was their hit song?
You know that song? Ha-na-na-na.
Yes, I don't even know, so I'm sorry.
I'm Tori here with Lindsay and Al. Let's get started because today, yes, today, marks 1 year since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. So on this day in 2020, the World Health Organization officially declared COVID-19 a pandemic. The news left many here in America unprepared for what was to come. Remember this?
Wow.
Including all those empty shelves at grocery stores across the nation. A year ago today, actor Tom Hanks and his wife Rita Wilson revealed they had tested positive for the virus while working in Australia, and the NBA on the same day suspended its season, with most colleges and pro leagues quickly following along. So a year into the pandemic, the U.S. has suffered a devastating loss, nearly 530,000 dead. I'm just giving that a real moment for us to hear that, and 29 million cases of the disease. But there are a lot of reasons to be hopeful. So here's what Dr. Fauci said this morning on the Today Show. Take a look.
There is light at the end of the tunnel. Things look good, but we got to keep putting our foot to the pedal when it comes to public health measures. By the time we get into the mid to late summer, early fall, we're going to start seeing a big, big difference.
Someone just wrote us, I still have a lot of toilet paper.
I saw that.
Yeah, people bought a ton of toilet paper. All right, one of the ways that people are marking this anniversary is by going back through their photos from a year ago to find the last normal photo before the pandemic hit. So we asked our hosts to do that. We're going to start with Miss Granger.
Yeah.
Lindsay, take us through these pictures and what they represent.
It's really a shame. So the first picture, I was at an NBA game, one of the last NBA games before the NBA got shut down. So this is crazy. There was like, you know, those places are filled with like 40,000 people. It was actually in Denver against the Lakers.
You look extremely happy.
We were so excited to be there.
And your friend was playing, right?
Yeah, my friend is Danny Green, so he got us tickets. I went with one of our colleagues, and we had a good time. But soon after, you know, it was all
empty.
over. And then right after that, I went to Oprah had this Live Your Best Life tour. Sam Shocker was also there.
I remember.
We got all these great tips. It was again the same stadium packed with 40,000 people, and luckily I made it out alive. And if that wasn't enough, then I went to Paris Fashion Week. You guys remember this?
I forgot all about it.
Trying to get COVID tour.
And then I came back, and when I came back is the day we reported that I think that Tom Hanks had gotten COVID.
And that's when it got real.
And I was on the plane taking pictures with like several masks on. People were clowning me like, okay, she's wearing all these masks. But I was like, listen, I still want to travel and I want to be safe. But yeah, I'm glad I'm still alive.
When Tom Hanks said he had it, I feel like the whole world was like, oh, okay. We can all
then
get
Idris
this.
Elba came out. I just started meeting all these celebrities, and then people I knew in New York, and then it was like, okay.
Wow,
whoa.
you really you went on a COVID tour, as Al said.
Yeah.
Al, speaking of you, what is your last normal picture?
It was me in L.A. It was my son Elijah's birthday. And so that's baby Ford at the bottom.
Baby
that's Elijah.
Ford.
And then the next day we went to the Lego exhibit. That's a Lego. That's made of Legos behind us.
Serious?
So, yes, that's all Legos. You have to go whenever it's in your city. It travels all around. Go to see the Lego exhibit at the Science Museum. So that's where we were. But crazy story that Lindsay just made me think of with the COVID thing and about traveling. I remember being in the studio, I called because Brandon was going to go to Germany that day.
And you called him off the plane.
I went to the parking lot and I called Brandon. This is why I love that man. He listens, bro.
I know.
I called him and I was like, Brandon, do not get on that flight, because he was going to be stuck there. And I heard him. He was on the plane, stuff in the overhead, and I heard him tell the flight attendant, I'm getting off. And I heard her go, you're getting off. And he got off the plane. And that is why he is in Denver. But
really?
that's a clap for Brandon, because anybody would be like, it's going to be fine, bro. You're overreacting.
Well, look, I called Brandon that day too, but I called him like an hour after his flight would have taken off. Like, hey, I don't think you should have went. And he was like, bro,
I told you
you're worthless.
You're totally not helping. All right, here's my pick. This was the day before. This is me and Kelly Schubert. You guys remember her from the show, right?
Yes.
We went to go see Patty's bridal fitting. Patty works here. Her wedding has still been postponed, and we were so excited, and we're still excited, and we cannot wait. The other picture I have is of me and Dr. Coley when we first met.
Yes,
and we social
distance.
distance. Yeah, we were like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "I think I really like this."
You could have taken that picture tongue in cheek. Like,
yeah, we were like a social distance with air quotes. Like, we didn't really know what that meant. You know what I mean? But it has been an honor hosting. I have not stopped since the pandemic started. So thank you for letting me into your homes and your phones and your lives, because it's kept me sane for sure. Well, let's move on to Prince William because he made his first public comments about Meghan and Harry's bombshell interview with Oprah, responding to allegations that his family is racist. Let's take a look at this.
Sir, have you spoken to your brother since the interview?
No, I haven't spoken yet, but I will do.
And can you just let me know, is the royal family a racist family, sir?
No, we're very much not a racist family.
Ooh. Meantime, there are reports that the Queen will personally take charge of the royal family's response and will reach out to Harry and Meghan to try to resolve the situation. A new poll is out on how Brits feel about Meghan and Harry's interview. Well, 50% of Brits think it will ultimately hurt the couple, 40% believe the couple failed to live up to their responsibility, and nearly 60% think it's time to stop obsessing over the royal family. I kind of wish we would too.
But the thing is, like, I thought that the palace wasn't going to respond and let it go under the rug.
Oh no, they had to.
But now that they are, I'm thinking about how people die in silence all the time. It's because we stigmatize mental health, and then when they don't talk about it, we mourn them, like Robin Williams. But then when they do talk about it, you know, you have people like Piers Morgan saying stupid stuff, you know, about, and so, like, you know, it's just frustrating because this is what we created. All she was trying to do is share her piece and maybe bring some mental health awareness, and this is what we created. And now we have a poll that people are still saying it's going to come down on her for sharing her mental health struggle.
Good point. Good point.
We always go, I wish they would have said something. I was here for them. I should have called them that day. And the reason people don't come out, just like with allegations of molestation or being attacked, you know, by a male coworker, is because when you come out, you're going to be attacked immediately. But then when you don't come out and you come out 15 years later, people go, why didn't you come out when it happened?
You can't win.
You cannot win.
I just want to say to the royal family, take one of your jewels. I've been there. There's a lot. Sell a tiara and buy security. Get the money. Just give the woman, she had just asked for some help and some security. That was it. And we know that Diana asked for the same thing and got nothing. Look what happened there.
And a lot of people said that Harry left for Meghan. Maybe Harry left because he saw that his wife was not being protected in the same way that his mother was not being protected. And
some people say
he's like, I'm not going to live this life twice, this nightmare twice.
Some people are saying this was the clapback because of his mother and the revenge in some ways to get back at the family that just deserted her. Interesting.
But they are doing cleanup. I know that Prince Charles was at a black church in UK yesterday. I thought that was very interesting. I mean, not obvious at all, guys. Not obvious at all.
Chicken challenge.
Come on.
Popeye's chicken challenge. Okay, quickly before we go to break, we got a viral video for you. This is a piece of set that fell on an ESPN Columbia host. Ooh. Oh my God. All on live TV. Oh my God. The wall crushes the man's face into the desk. We don't want you to worry. The host posted this video later explaining he's totally okay. He got checked out. He just suffered a bruise and not even a broken nose. I mean,
wow.
Thoughts?
I'm trying to think, have I ever seen anything like that? I know a WWE wrestler passed away doing it, but that's the most violent thing.
It came out of nowhere so fast.
Yeah, it looks heavy. A lot of times there's nothing behind it. Like, that's the mystery of TV. It's just cardboard.
Yeah.
That seemed heavy.
Yeah, the sets are massive, too, on some of these sports shows, so I'm glad he's okay.
Yeah, and also our set's perfect because we have wonderful, wonderful construction. Coming up on DBL, imagine being homeless, but by choice, living out your car and still maintaining a huge social media presence. I'm going to speak to the young woman who made this bold choice, and I'm going to sort of pin her to the wall and ask her some questions about it. And a Miami Heat player taking a lot of heat over an anti-Semitic slur. Is there a path forward for Myers Leonard? The debate coming up next.
Closed cap.
If you're a parent of kids of a certain age, you've probably heard of Roblox, and now you could possibly cash in on your child's gaming obsession. Let's connect the dots. Roblox is an online platform for user-generated games. In fact, it is already the world's largest user-generated game site, attracting mostly tweens. It is free to play, but you do have to pull out the credit card to get the in-game currency called Robux. Thanks to the diversity of the games and the variety of devices you can play on, it was already popular. Then the pandemic hit. When children went into lockdown, Roblox exploded. Thanks in part to the fact that you could play with friends, but also because you could visit virtual theme parks, birthday parties, and even concerts. According to the New York Times, last year, over 32 million people a day logged onto the site, doubled the previous year. Now the company has gone public, letting parents buy a piece of their kids' favorite platform. But experts are offering a word of caution. With pandemic restrictions easing, gaming behavior may change. Roblox has a plan to attract new users by going after an international audience and older gamers. But it will take time to see if their popularity lasts post-pandemic.
Welcome back to DBL. A big shout out to our coworkers and happy anniversary of the pandemic, tuning in from home during the pandemic. We miss you guys. And also a big shout out. It is Sam's son's first birthday.
Oh, my goodness.
Miles.
The good Miles.
The good. That's right. Amazing. Amazing. We're thinking of you, Sam and Miles. Well, we got this story and we all wanted to talk about it. It's an NBA player and he's in some hot water after being caught on video using anti-Semitic slur. So Miami Heat player Leonard has vowed to educate himself and is already reportedly in contact with multiple Jewish organizations and Jewish leaders. Leonard was live streaming a video game when he used the anti-Jewish slur to insult his opponent. Leonard apologized for his actions, posting this to Instagram yesterday, saying he was deeply sorry and that his ignorance about the history of the word and how offensive it is to Jewish community is not an excuse, and he was wrong. Leonard was suspended by the Heat pending an investigation, but the question here is, should he be canceled or educated? We have an awesome update that Edelman, Julian, is that his first name? Julian Edelman is asked, who is one of the few Jewish players in the NFL, to speak with him and actually get together and meet with him. What do you guys think about the word being used? Did he know what it meant? And what do you think about this comeback? What do you think, Linz?
I mean, I told you that my patience is really slim for adults that behave like this, but I also understand that a conversation has to be had. You can't just shut everybody out. But I don't like when people come and try to explain what they did or try to, like, you know, give you a reason. It's like, just say I'm sorry, I was wrong, and let's talk about how you can get better and educate yourself as a grown man. You know what I mean? That's where it stops for me. There's nothing else needed in that conversation besides you listening, because obviously you haven't listened enough in your life.
Amen. What do you think?
There's so much to unpack because it's like, first of all, can we cancel him? He was the 11th guy on the bench. He's already been canceled. No one cares about him. He is. He's. I'm sure he's an.
He didn't need to burn the guy.
No sports,
the
so
NBA
it didn't
bench
mean
is an
anything to
amazing
me.
player. That's not a shot at him. Here's where my shot comes. He is a person that, first of all, said, I didn't know what it means.
Right.
But yet you led with an expletive and then it followed up with a slur. So I have a feeling that you didn't just grab that word out of thin air. He has 70,000 Twitch followers. So he knew that he was being listened to. This isn't like the Wayland country guy that was drunk outside of his house. This is a person that was streaming that word. So he wanted people to know what he was saying. And as for being canceled, I'm interested to see where this goes because he's at the tail end of his career. The Heat are probably not going to pick his option up, but he also did not kneel last year for the BLM, and he is prime candidate for a good-looking, muscular, young white guy that uses certain words, doesn't kneel for certain things. I think Fox News got a six-figure contract waiting for this dude.
That's disgusting.
I'm calling it now.
Well, I'm just saying
calling
this.
it now. He's about to be the face of that movement.
We'll see how that happens. Here's the thing. I'm Jewish, and I sat down with an anti-Nazi. You can always sit down. You can always have a conversation. That is how we grow. That is how we learn. And that is how we become less prejudiced. However, do I excuse it? No. Do I think he should be canceled? No. But do I think he knew what he was doing and we can learn from it? Yeah. Coming up on DBL, she has 1 million TikTok followers, but no house. Meet Nikita Crump, who's homeless by choice.
As far as we know.
She tells me why she made the radical decision. Al doesn't believe it.
Does her mom have a house that she stays in?
You have to wait and see.
It's only a matter of... The time has come once again to change our clocks. So how did daylight saving get started? And do we actually need it? Let's connect the dots. The idea of daylight saving has been around since the 1800s. Set the clocks forward in the summer so that evenings last longer, then set them back in the fall to see daylight earlier in the morning. It was widely considered the best way to do things until the energy crisis in the 1970s. Many countries along the equator decided to ditch daylight saving, but the experiment was widely unpopular in America. People hated waking up in the dark, going to work in the dark, and especially sending their kids to school in the dark. But in recent years, the push to leave the clocks alone has gained steam. Lawmakers in dozens of states point to public health and safety concerns like increased risks of heart attack and stroke linked to time shifts. And right now, there are 2 bills introduced this Congress that would make daylight saving time permanent. CNN reports both are stalled in a House committee.
Welcome back to DBL. 29-year-old social media star Nikita Crump is homeless by choice despite having a full-time job. So she chooses to live in her car. I spoke with her earlier about her decision, but first, here's a look at Nikita's story.
Hello and welcome to the backseat of my car.
For many people, moving into the backseat of your car by choice doesn't make a lot of sense. But for Nikita Crump, it came down to cents, as in dollars and cents.
I couldn't afford to go out and get cheap food with friends. I was skipping meals to save money, and I was slowly and steadily going into debt.
She documents her experiences, the good, the bad, and everything in between on YouTube and on TikTok, where her quirky videos about daily life helped her gain 1 million followers.
Hey, what's up, guys? Me again. Still homeless. This is my morning and night routine COVID edition.
It's an unconventional decision during these extremely unconventional times.
So when I say I chose this, I did. I chose it, but it's not that simple.
Nikita, welcome to DBL. It is such an interesting and extreme move to decide to live in your car. I am fascinated by this.
I have a random airplane pillow, and I shoved that in one side.
Talk to me about why you decided to do that and how it actually has something to do with anxiety at the heart of that.
Well, in a nutshell, I had been struggling financially for months and just not being able to enjoy my life the way an average person could. So after enough months of dealing with a bunch of anxiety about that, I said, screw this. Let me simplify my bills and cut out the biggest one, which is obviously rent and utilities.
Now, you started living in your car before the pandemic hit. So I was wondering, what has been the biggest challenge living in the car during the lockdown?
Once there was orders to stay at home and I don't have a home, I felt like I had nowhere to go. I can't stay cooped up in my car all the time. And I rely on public places for showers and restrooms. So that didn't exist for me anymore.
Wow.
Very limited places that offered people to go inside. So I would have to plan when I would drink water so that I wouldn't need a restroom and go stand in line for 30 minutes to enter a Target to go use one.
Wow. Do you ever fear for your safety living in your vehicle?
Yeah, I definitely do. Most nights it is crossing my mind. If I hear someone around my vehicle, I'm wondering what they're up to. I'm wondering if they're noticing that I'm there. And I have a few times had people knock on my vehicle, and that is honestly very terrifying for me. Even if it is just security or something, it is very scary for me. I always think that somebody could be up to no good.
Okay, Nikita, you're kind of famous on TikTok, you got YouTube, you have a big social media following. So we gotta talk about that, okay?
Welcome to a new series of Nikita's Life Lessons.
Some of our viewers who are watching right now might criticize your choice. So I want you to have the floor to say, all right, what do you respond to people who think you're trivializing the real problem of homelessness by trying to make it, let's say, look cool or trying to get followers on TikTok? The floor is yours to give your response to them.
They see that I'm happy today, I'm healthy, I'm living the way I would like to, aside from living in a car. They don't see what it was like for me before this. I was renting a very small room in a house. I did have a roof over my head, but again, I was really filled with anxiety. I was really not in a good mental place. And that struggle with money was really getting to me, enough so that I thought living in a car would be better than the way that I was living. That has turned out to be true.
Also, I just think this is a much more relatable story to a lot of people going through the pandemic, where mental health and anxiety of how to pay is so overwhelming that you might make that kind of sacrifice so that you can actually live your days without that burden. So I wish you all the best. Please stay safe and let us know how it all goes. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Talking about how much of the current stimulus bill is actually related to COVID-19. Politicians like Congressman Ted Budd claim
with about 9% of it actually going to COVID, meaning 91% of it not even COVID related.
So let's verify. Is it true that 91% of the stimulus isn't COVID related? Our main sources to find out are the Congressional Budget Office, or CBO, the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, and the bill itself, the American Rescue Plan Act of 2021. So there's a lot of political spin going on here. The term COVID related is broad. Does that mean actual spending on the vaccine and treatment? Or, since the economy has been hurt by the disease, does that also include funds that help the economy recover? Well, politicians aren't really explaining what they mean. So let's take a look at the actual numbers. Right now, the bill is roughly $1.9 trillion. Of that, only about $265 billion, or 8.5%, is specifically listed for things like COVID testing, protective gear, treatments, vaccines, and distribution. That's 8.5% specifically for COVID-19, but that doesn't mean the rest of the bill isn't COVID related. The largest part of the bill is $420 billion in direct stimulus payments to individuals to help with financial struggles caused by the pandemic. Another $350 billion is going towards extending unemployment benefits for those who lost jobs or income during the pandemic, and about $130 billion is being used to help schools reopen safely. That's another $900 billion set aside because of COVID-19's effects on our economy, unemployment, and schools. Now, to be clear, there are some parts of this bill, including $110 billion to increase the child tax credit, that have been Democratic priorities before the pandemic. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget estimates the bill has at least $312 billion of policies that have little to do with the current crisis. But that's about 16% of the bill that's not related, not 91%. Bottom line, the claim that 91% of the stimulus bill is not COVID related is false.
DBL is all new every day.
Don't look at me like with that face, because I'm telling you how I feel.
I'm not buying his story. No, I'm just being honest. He's trying to get clout.
I'm going to wear a 10-gallon hat.
Stick with us in 2021. We're going to have a great year. to DBL. Earlier, Steph showed me some amazing products at even better prices.
Some too.
What's that?
I showed you some products.
You didn't. Here's this week's DBL Deal Blast, not at all, Al, presented by MorningSave.com.
Oi, Steph, what do you have for us today?
Hey, Jeff, I'm here with some great products and deals that you are going to love. So first of all, I've got something that's going to give your home the much needed moisture during these colder months. It's the Boneco Large Room Top Fill Ultrasonic Cool Mist Humidifier. So it's intended for really large rooms up to 540 square feet, and you can easily control the output of the air with the turn of this control knob. Pretty snazzy. So normally it's as much as $160, but we've got it for $79, saving our viewers 51%. Next up, we've got something that will provide you with a heavenly sleeping experience. Look at this. It's the Beauty Sleep Hypoallergenic Quilted Mattress Pad Protector. This plush, siliconized fiber-filled mattress pads gives you a cozy feel and superior comfort against your skin, and it's constructed with a beautiful quilted diamond pattern, and we've got it in twin, full, queen, and king. So normally it's as much as $69, but we've got it for only $29, saving up to 58%, Jeff. Next up, I've got something that will make you relax after a long day at work. It is the Eternal Home Neck and Shoulder Shiatsu Massager with 38 modes. Now, normally this is as much as $80, but we've got it for only $29, saving DBL viewers 64%. Finally, Jeff, it's the Halo Power Cube all-in-one device charger. So you can power up your phone or any other USB device with this all-in-one power cube. Now, normally this is as much as $50, but we've got it for $15, saving 70%.
All right, Steph, amazing job. So everyone else can head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone.
We love those products. DBL is new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. And Muriel Tuck, we love you right back. Bye, guys.
Thank you.